Good afternoon. Thank you for joining us on NTV at One. My name is Gladys Gachanja. A woman in Homa Bay County has had her hand amputated after she was attacked by her husband over her inability to bear children. The woman alleges that her husband of 6 years attacked her and cut her hand that developed complications leading to the amputation. Well, that story is being worked on. It will be coming to you in a moment, but for now, two raging floods in Kisiriri. An elderly man has drowned after he was swept away by the raging waters of Kisiriri River in Anyuki. Residents there accuse a ranch owner in the area of closing off the road the members of a community use, forcing most of them to find alternative routes that often involve crossing the swollen Kisiriri River when it rains. The community says it fears for its loved ones, especially school-going children who are unable to cross the river. The body of the deceased has been retrieved. Back to that top story, a woman in Homa Bay County has had her hand amputated after she was attacked by her husband over her inability to bear children. The woman alleges that her husband of 6 years attacked her and cut her hand that developed complications leading to the amputation.
At the Homa Bay Referral Hospital is 22-year-old Beryl Adhiambo. Her stay in this hospital courtesy of her husband of 6 years. She claims that the man she loves attacked her and maimed her.
Nimeoleka huko Kabuoch. Sababu ni mtoto. Tumesaka mwezi 6 na sijapata mtoto.
Beryl says she has been having trouble in her marriage because she has been unable to bear her husband a child after 6 years of marriage.
Nilipokuja huku sikuamini kama ni yeye. Alafu amekatwa mkono. Sasa hana la kufanya na ni juu ya mtoto tu.
She's only 22 years. She married very young because she's 16 years. And look at now. She has no hand. Her chances of living a productive life has been reduced.
According to healthcare givers at the hospital, the young lady had to undergo the surgery to save the rest of her arm. Following the incident, leaders and residents are asking law enforcement agencies to move with speed to apprehend and prosecute the husband.
Serikali itusaidie. And if they can't do it, let them bring that man so that we finish with him.
Is need that we are urging the police officers to come out strongly to prosecute to bring him to trial, so that it becomes a deterrent for such cases. Because if they go unpunished, then that is a motivator for any other man who would want to violate the rights of a woman.
The suspect remains at large. Brenda Wanga, NTV.
A very sad state of affairs there. Now, residents of Josa village in Taita Taveta County have had a rather curious fascination. The residents claim to have discovered a peculiar type of beetles. According to the residents, the beetles which live in caves have unique markings that resemble numbers.
In the heart of Wundanyi, Taita Taveta County, the residents of Josa village say that they have discovered insects in caves. According to one resident, Ethel Samba, the beetles are commonly found in caves and its numerical markings that caught her.
Tunaona hapo pangoni, ukitembea pangoni unaona sana unaona kama ni 38 ama ni 36. Wao ana namba tofauti. Nao ni wadudu ni wazuri. Ukimwangalia vizuri anakaa kidogo kama komba mwiko.
The Taita Taveta County Executive Member of Tourism welcomed the new discovery, adding that it could encourage local tourism.
Taita Taveta County iko na zaidi ya wanyama peke yake. Kuna ma caves, very famous cave kama Kenyatta Caves. Kuna different topology in terms of geography. Kuna milima mizuri kama Vesu Hills.
In what appears like a case of anxiety coupled with fascination, the residents are calling on the government to mobilize researchers to conduct a study on the insects. Victor Ngaruya, NTV.
The wonders of Mother Nature. Malindi sub-county is facing a problem of pupils' enrollment and retention due to poor infrastructure. Arabuko Primary School is one affected school, and the school was built by the community to ensure young children do not travel long distances, but it faces shortage of teachers. According to the chairperson of the school board, Samson Mrimbo, new pupils do not want to join the school because of a poor infrastructure. The school management is calling upon the county government to help build decent classrooms as they also contribute to the development of the school.
Sasa baada ya wazazi kujenga majengo haya, yamebaki hayo mpaka sasa, na hakuna mipangilio ambayo inaendelea inayohusu ujenzi. Wanafunzi ambao tuko nao, hasa wale wanatoka katika shule ya chekechea, huwa wanaona vigumu watoke kwenye shule ambayo ina sakafu iliyojengwa na county waweze kuja katika shule ya msingi kuanzia darasa la kwanza ambako hakuna sakafu na hakuna kuta ambazo ni za kudumu.
Still on education matters, a team has been appointed to conduct investigations at the Muranga High School following claims of misappropriation of funds and students' indiscipline. The team was deployed to the school a week after a section of teachers accused the principal, Willie Courier, of misappropriation of funds and intimidation. A 6-month team with members drawn from Ministry of Education and Teachers Service Commission was dispatched with instructions to interview all the teachers and scrutinize books of accounts. The teachers cited a fire incident at the school on June 21st in one of the cubicles where some students perceived to be poor performers were detained while their colleagues were on a half-term break. 2 months ago, the principal was under harsh criticism after a section of parents decried compulsory and hefty fundraising fees. At least 20,000 children under the age of 5 in Tharaka Nithi County are expected to receive polio vaccination in the next 3 months, courtesy of a program sponsored by Kenya Red Cross in partnership with the county government. Speaking during the launch of the exercise at Kajuki Health Center shortly after signing a memorandum of understanding with Governor Muthomi Njoki, Red Cross Secretary General Abbas Gulay said the program is meant to ensure the children born in the hospitals and in the villages are vaccinated. In addition, Gulay said the organization will also come up with a digital registration system for all the children in the county. The program will see 400 community health volunteers participating in the community sensitization to ensure that not a single child is left out.
Hata ukisikia inakaribia, kuja hapa karibu uombe pahali ya kukaa kwa chifu, ngojee ile siku itafika badala ya kupatia mtoto huko nje. Ndio sababu tumetengeneza maternity wing. Na ukiwa na bahati mtoto akuje haraka huko kwa njia, tafadhali hakikisha pia amefika hospitali ndio apatiwe the proper healthcare na apatiwe hizo chanjo na apatiwe card ya registration.
Routine immunization we're going to do in this county now through our partnership of our partners with the American Red Cross. We want this to become continuous. We want this to continue regularly because we want to pilot it in this county. And if it works in this county, it can work in any other county in this country.
The ongoing Mao Forest eviction exercise has been halted in a part called CAS FM due to an ongoing court case. The court put the eviction on hold until the verification exercise of title deeds is done by relevant officials.
It has been an exercise aimed at reclaiming the water catchment area, the Masai Mao Forest. More than 3,000 families have been evicted as the government aims to repossess 23,000 hectares from illegal settlers in the week exercise that has been ongoing.
Kama uko na title deed, hiyo tunaiheshimu kabisa. Na kama uko na kitu kama court order, pia hiyo tunaheshimu kabisa. Pia hatutumii fujo kabisa. Hiyo shamba sio yako, ni ya serikali. Kwa hivyo usianze kudanganywa na mtu akuuzie hiyo shamba, na tukiongea kwa wakati huu hiyo shamba ni yani value yake ni kama sufuri. ni kama valueless, manake ni ya serikali, sio yako.
The exercise has now hit a snag at the Kas FM region of the forest owing to boundary issues that are yet to be ironed out. According to Narok Chief Forester Muraguri Mwai, several people have been issued with title deeds and the department is carrying out a verification exercise. Additional 200 rapid deployment unit officers and other security personnel have been deployed in the area to reinforce the ongoing exercise of restoring the mega water catchment land. Eunice Omolo, NTV.
Farmers in Embu County are said to benefit from a new project that aims to develop an early warning system to help cut crop losses resulting from pest outbreaks. The project will forecast outbreaks using cutting-edge space infrastructure, Earth observation data and state-of-the-art modeling techniques.
Farmers in Embu County can now call on the latest satellite information to get the best from the land while minimizing damage to the environment. The 5-year project, dubbed Pest Risk Information Service, led by the UK-based Centre for Agriculture and Biosciences International, CABI, will be using observation data from satellites combined with field observations from farmers and extension workers on the ground to provide alerts before any disease outbreak.
What stage each of the key pests is at any given time, in any given place, so that we can warn farmers and they can take action.
Researchers will use a novel combination of Earth observation technology, satellite positioning and plant pest life cycle to deliver a science-based pest risk information service. Data collected from the field will be fed into the model and also used for ground truth results. Risk messages and mitigation measures will be communicated to users.
They are carrying out observations of the pests and then validating those observations against the models to make sure that the models are as accurate as they can be, make any corrections that are necessary, and make sure that the alerts are providing the right information at the right time to the farmers.
The project will help to improve the livelihoods of farmers by reducing crop losses caused by pests in Embu.
This time is for armyworm. It has been a major problem in Embu, but we have been able to contain it. Although also the weather has also assisted a lot because it requires warm climate and the weather has been very cold, so it has also helped us to control that.
The project is currently ongoing in Kenya, Ghana and Zambia.
Across the borders, at least 10 people have been killed and hundreds of houses destroyed in a landslide in Panjshir province of Afghanistan. The local administration has deployed search and rescue teams to locate those reported to be missing. National Disaster Management Authority Omar Mohammadi said the personnel were giving top priority to those trapped in the debris in Peshgor village. Most people appear to have had enough time to escape to higher ground after they were roused from their sleep by warning gunshots fired into the air after the landslide triggered their tremors. 7 bodies have been recovered so far and another 3 are still trapped beneath mud, while more than 500 houses in 5 villages have been damaged. Thousands of people lined the streets outside Blenheim Palace, where President Donald Trump met the UK Prime Minister Theresa May. Now the demonstrators waved placards reading "Not fit for office, not welcome in the UK" ahead of Trump's arrival, as police expect more protests to take place during Trump's 4-day trip. Now more than 60,000 people have signed up to demonstrate in London today, when protesters intend to fly a large balloon over Parliament, portraying Trump as an orange, snarling baby. Now demonstrators will make their way through the city on the stop. Facebook of the incident. The girl's mother has tried to approach the pastor on the burden of taking care of the child and the teenage mother, but the pastor has further issued threats to the family.
As an office to members of the public is that they continue telling people the processes, especially in terms of defilement, how to preserve the evidence and also how to assist them to report in good time so that we do not lose these cases in court.
Well, that World Cup season is coming to an end on Sunday, and remember, we shall be showing you that final match right here live from 6 p.m. Of course, this is in partnership with Quessa Free Sports, but even as we come to an end to that season, another starts right here on NTV, even as we unveil a very bold and authoritative NTV tonight. And here are the faces of the new team.
We are the fourth estate and we hold power to account. We ask the hard questions of those who hold that power, and we represent the people who don't have that opportunity to ask those hard questions.
But the burden of telling these stories is not in just giving a chronological order of events and evoke emotions and reactions. I want to give context, not only to explain what happened, but why it matters to you and what it means. I am Dennis Okari.
And I'm Olive Barrows.
Because the facts matter and the truth matters.
When it really matters, you can trust us to bring you the complete picture.
There you have it. Olive Barrows and Dennis Okari will be joining the NTV Tonight team. And of course, you do know that we are also revamping the NTV Gioni team, so do stay with us. Now to some sporting action. World Under-18 champion George Manangoi has won Kenya its third gold medal at the World Under-20 Championships in Tampere, Finland, by coming out tops of the 1500 meters men's final. Manangoi grabbed the win in a time of 3 minutes 41.71 seconds, with Norway's Jacob second and Kenya's Justice Soget winning the bronze. World Under-18 400 meters champion Mary Mora placed fifth in the 400 meters final in 52.94 seconds as India's Hima Das clinched gold. This as Leonard Kipkemoy-Bet finished second in Heat 2 to qualify for the final of the men's 3,000 meters steeplechase. Kenyan Moiletel Mpoke topped in Heat 4 of the men's 400 meters hurdles, setting a personal best of 50.87 seconds. Collins Injera will compete in his third straight Rugby Sevens World Cup after he was named in the squad that leaves on Sunday for San Francisco in the States. Now Shuja will be competing with 23 other men's teams between the 20th and the 22nd of July in a new look knockout format and will begin their quest against Tonga. Sean Cardovillas with more.
Oscar Ayodi will captain Shuja for the 2018 Sevens World Cup in San Francisco, the USA. Andrew Omonde, Collins Injera, Eden Aguero and William Barker have been named for a second straight World Cup appearance, following up on the 2013 edition in Moscow. Dennis Ombachi of Nondis and Sami Oliech of Impala Saracens returned to the squad after missing the London and Paris Sevens. Commonwealth Games squad members Herman Humwa, Jeff Olwatch and Nelson Oyo are also part of the team that also has Brian Tanga and Samuel Ngethe. The team has had to make up for a disrupted training schedule following the Masking Gate debacle.
If you look at it in the context of the season, we have had a very good preparation starting from the pre-season, and you could see in the results which have been consistent. So for us, this is just the last tournament of the season. Like any other tournament, we have to perform from game one because it all starts again from the scratch, so to say, and we are hopeful the boys will perform well.
Shuja will have to put aside the off-the-pitch sideshows to compete in the World Cup that has a different format from the last Sevens World Cup held in Moscow, where Kenya finished fourth.
Yeah, that one we apologized to Kenyans and we told them we'll not do it because we liked, but we were
forced circumstances that made us do it, and we did apologize for that. But we learned our lessons the hard way, and right now just focusing on the World Cup, the main thing that every player wants to play.
The 2018 World Cup has an initial knockout qualifier featuring the nations ranked 9th to 24th, while the top 8 seeds progress automatically to the round of 16. Kenya, who depart for San Francisco on Sunday, will play Tonga in the opening knockout qualifier. So following the drama of the Paris Sevens and the events thereafter, the Kenya Sevens team looks well and truly focused on the World Cup in San Francisco. Bring it on! Sean Carter-Villas, NTV at the Impala Club.
Sakafa Kagame Cup defending champions Azam and Tanzanian champion Simba will face off in an all-Tanzanian final slated for Friday with 3 million shillings up for grabs. Now, Medi Kagere's 44th minute goal sent Simba into the final with a 1-0 win over Zanzibar champions Jeshi la Kujenga Uchumi. Azam had beaten Gor Mahia 2-0 in extra time after a barren draw in the semi-final. The runners-up will get 2 million shillings as the winner of the third-place playoff between JKU and Gor Mahia earns 1 million shillings. Ireland's Dan Martin claimed victory on the 6th stage of the Tour de France with a brutal attack in an uphill finish as several top riders lost time. The team UAE Emirates rider jumped away from the main pack inside the final kilometre and never looked back, beating France's Pierre Latour by 1 second and Spain's Alejandro by 3. Belgian Greg Van Avermaet hang on. gazetted officers as follows, and one of them that has been deployed is Mr. Douglas Kirocho Kanja from Deputy Commandant GSU to Commandant GSU, and then we also have Mohammed Obar Bashane from Commandant Presidential Escort Unit to Deputy Commandant GSU, and we also have Job Kiprotich Boronjo, who has been redeployed from Kenya Police College Kiganjo to County Commander in Kisumu. Again, there have been changes at the police force, and this will be given to you in more detail in our subsequent bulletins. Thank you for staying with us on NTV AT One. Remember, Top Sport Extra is coming up right after this. My name is Gladys Gachanja. Have a good afternoon.